Recording. Okay, cool. So whatever is going on for you guys, like in this collective, whether you found this collective, you've been here for a while, you're watching on one side or another, wherever you are in your journey right now, it does feel very divinely led. It does feel very much like you are meant to be where you are. Okay, the way it's coming through is it's giving like you may not be where you want to be, but where you need to be right now. Okay, so let's talk about it. Bottom of the deck is our challenge. We've got the Six of Swords, the Hermit, and the Justice with the Seven of Wands here. This is a little bit of a call out. I am going to call probably a lot of you out here. This is not personal to the person who just spoke to me about this, I promise you. You got to stop isolating when you're going through it. Okay, for all of you as a collective here, you all have a really bad tendency to like run away and hide yourself away when things are going wrong. Okay, and it feels like for a lot of you with the Six of Swords, the Hermit, and the Justice, a lot of you have trouble like this is a harsh one. This is definitely childhood neglect. You feel like a burden. Okay, a lot of you don't come forward with what's going on because you feel like for some reason here, everyone has like better fucking things to do than listen to you. And it's like, your friends are here to support you. Okay, for those of us that have possibly good family connections, your family is here to support you. Your friends are here to support you. Your chosen family is here to support you. Okay, it feels like you guys have to stop labeling it as burdensome, you know, or oh, they shouldn't have to deal with that, or like, oh, they don't want to hear about this. I promise you, if your friends are asking, if they're checking in, if people are trying to knock your doors down to get to know you, they want to get to know you. Okay, let's dive in. So you start here with the Five of Cups and the Magician. I do feel like for a lot of you, there's just a very like, I don't know how else to say this, it's how it's coming through, but like doomsday prepper mentality. It feels like a lot of you are just always kind of expecting the worst to happen, and it's left you again in this place where you are very isolated, where you are kind of like Five of Cups. The negative self-talk is severe here because you're just like, well, it's not worth it, or like it's just a lot of like, they don't want to hear it, nobody wants to support me, etc., etc. And it feels like with the Five of Cups and the Magician here, you're not taking the steps you need to like go after the things that will enrich your life because of the like Debbie Downer mentality here, because of that idea of like, how do I say that? Like, it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean here? It's like when life is going poorly, we do things to pick ourselves up, right? We get a sweet treat, or we treat ourselves to something. We hang out with friends. We do things to increase the quality of our life. And it feels like for a lot of you, you don't do that when things are rough because you're just like, well, it's not worth it. Babe, I am hearing it this way, and it is kind of rough to deliver this message, so I will be as gentle as I can with this one. Your quality of life is your responsibility. I feel like what they mean by that is like, if you want to have a better day, if you want to feel better, you have to start actively taking steps to feel better. This is not, do not get this confused with New Age spiritualism telling you if you have clinical depression to go see the sun. Okay, that's not what I'm saying here. But like, a lot of you aren't even doing nice things for yourself because you're like, well, what's the point? There's no point. Everything is so horrible. Everything is so bad. But maybe that nice little thing will really help you. Maybe it'll just give you that little boost that you need. With the Hanged Man and the Fool here, it's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You get the sweet treat and you realize you didn't actually want it. Okay, wow, horrible. I went to Rita's, $5 down the drain. I feel like for a lot of you guys here with the Hanged Man and the Fool, you're kind of stuck in analysis paralysis because you're like, well, nothing is really worth it. What? Say Say that again. I definitely feel like this is Helen. For those of you that don't know, Helen is the deceased great-grandmother of someone in the collective, and she's very loud and she always talks. But she's saying, like, you are, pointing to the collective, she's like, you are the decider of worth. You assign worth and whether or not things are worth it. Okay, so you have power here that you're not really using, right? Or that you're using against yourself because you're saying the sweet treat, that little pick me up throughout the day, that coffee from Wawa or 7-Eleven or Dutch Bros, wherever you live in the world, isn't worth it. But you get to decide worth. We assign worth. Worth is inherent to us. But then, like, for me, this knockoff cup that I got at a resale store for $5 is worth it. It makes me feel good. It's pink. I like the texture. It's great. I put my water in here. I bring it to stream because it's worth it for me. Okay? I'm deciding and I'm assigning that worth. A lot of you guys here with the Hanged Man and the Fool struggle to assign worth, or you just have a bad habit of assigning lack of worth to things, so therefore you kind of ignore them, or you don't rely on them, or you're like, just in that place of like, it's null and void, there's no point, okay? In your clarifying row, you've got the Knight of Wands and the World. This is a really harsh message, but like, how can you ever expect the physical world to change if you don't believe it will? What we think about is what we bring about. Our mental world, I call it the mental landscape, shapes the physical landscape. And so if my mental world is, well, you know, let's say I do get that coffee from Dutch Bros, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter because the coffee's going to be bad and everything is shit and my day is just going to continue to be bad. Guess what, babe? Your day's going to be bad. You know, this is the same thing as like retraining the brain. We've talked a lot extensively on this in this collective, and I know, you know, it's just a very obvious example for me to give you guys, but like growing up in a family where like your weight, your worth is tied to my weight, there were so many years where there was always a benchmark. Well, once I lose 50 pounds, I'll be worth it. Once I lose 60 pounds, I'll be worth it. Once I lose 70 pounds, I'll be worth it. And then that day would come and I would not get any worth at all, because it was just another thing that I was chasing, okay? By deciding that my weight directly correlated to my worth, or agreeing with the people that told me that, I took my power away, but also my world never shifted. My world never changed. It always remained the same, and it always remained a world in which I was worthless because I was chasing something that wasn't real. Okay, you've got the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. I think it's interesting also, like in this row, how can I show this to you? This is the row of clarifiers, and your book ended by the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. With the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords, I feel like a lot of you are aware of this, but some of you may not know how to actually put this into practice, is how I'm hearing it. You know, it's like, you know that the world is shaped by how you feel and how you perceive it and what you think about it, but you may not really know how to, like, shape it or like use it to your best interest here. Thanks for the follow, Blue. I appreciate it. Let's give you a little bit more. This is juicy. I'm gonna go in a little bit more depth here. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Swords. Oh. The song, what is this? Is it Never Enough? I don't know who sings this. You'll have to forgive me. It's a show tune, I think. I'll Never Be Enough. It's like really high octave. Like you really have to belt the song. Where's Tara? I know Tara's gonna know it. Hold on. Tara's the theater girl. The Greatest Showman. Thank you. Blue knew it. The Greatest Showman. So the song Never Enough from The Greatest Showman is coming through. Specifically, this is in reference to the stank face I made here. For a lot of you, this is a direct wound from the feminine. Never enough, thank you. This is a wound from the feminine in your life. Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups. A lot of you, this doesn't have to be the mother figure, but it is a feminine figure. a lot of you learned from the feminine here that it is literally never enough. Like, this is probably, this to me reads as like people in your life that are chronically miserable, you know, a feminine figure in your life that nothing is ever good enough for them. You know, this is directly related to that. Five of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just kidding. I lied. I take it back. It is mom. It's mom. Queen of Pentacles is here in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles is the mom card for me. I don't know what to tell you guys. I know you're sick of hearing about the mom wound, but here it is again. Okay, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here. A lot of you, the mother wound has created the mom wound. I always hear that in my mind. It's a sound on my Discord for those of you that aren't on the Discord. You know, this is very much reading as like, I was never good enough for the mother figure, and so that's where all the rest of this comes through. Okay, or like comes from. You can't make it up. The Empress is also here in the challenge. This is the second mother card. There's only two mom cards in the whole deck for me, Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, and y'all got both of them in your challenge too. Can I get a little bit more about this? This reading's definitely going on YouTube. Oh! I just lost half the fucking deck. And the only card that came out upright was the Emperor. It's a dad wound. It's both parents. It's not just mom tonight. It's both of them. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Okay. I'm going to pick up the half the deck that fell out here. Okay, yeah. I feel like for a lot of you, this is like a moment of like, this is reparenting in the extreme. This is like really, really having to reparent yourself and like really having to work on the like leftovers that your parents gave you of negative self-talk, of negative self-image, negative self-worldview. And I just heard the fight for something better. The fight for something better. I feel like that's what you guys have to remember as well. It's like, you know, regardless of whether or not you had chronically miserable parents, it's our responsibility as the parent now to fight for something better in our lives and fight for something that we deserve. Okay? I'm going to pull an oracle card for you guys, and then I'm going to end the collective there. Thank you, Lily, for posting. Okay, let's get you guys an oracle. I just heard really loud. This might be a good mantra for some of you guys, like stand in your mirror, because I just heard really loud, like, I do deserve this. I do deserve it. I do deserve it. But in regards to good things, you know, in regards to like things that are going to be beneficial for you, things that are going to help you, things that are going to like really enrich your life, we need to practice standing in the mirror and being like, I do deserve this. I do deserve this. I do deserve this. And if people, especially if the family is here to tell you, you don't deserve that, blah, 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 you gotta tune it out. Okay? I've been saying this a lot. This has been coming up a lot in the collectives, but I'm going to say it again. Your hope for something better has to be greater than your fear of failure. Okay? Can I get an oracle for the collective, please? Ooh, that was fast. Yep. Okay. The oracle you guys have is Gadriel, Angel of War. I am using the Angelarium for anyone who's curious. This is a reimagining of the Fallen Angels, and this is Gadriel, Angel of War. This is what it looks like. If my camera focuses, I think it's focused enough. Y'all get the gist here. I'm going to read it to you because the book does a really, really wonderful job of like describing the angels. Gadriel. It is also number 49 for any of us that numbers are important. Numerology, 49. Okay. This card is a reminder that you must be careful when offering yourself to a righteous cause. Blood draws a bright line. When committing yourself to violence, it's important to know why. There is no greater trust than following your fellows into battle, which is why it is important to interrogate the trust before the fighting starts. Once the bleeding begins, it may be difficult to staunch the flow. Okay? I feel like this speaks, like, very heavily to, like, you don't want a bottle and then say something you don't mean and not be able to take it back, okay? We don't want to talk in anger here. We want to be able to express ourselves, express all of this when we are level-headed and calm, so that we don't fly off the handle and cause these giant tower moments that we can't really come back from, okay? That's your collective, guys. I'm going to end it there. This will find its way onto YouTube, and yeah, that's that on that. We're going to move into personals now, and I'm going to stop recording. So if you watch this on YouTube, bye.